Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people. You're back again. We talk football, and I'm your host, Ravant Anthony. Here, we're going to talk about all the newest and the latest things happening around the Big Six, especially Manchester United and Chelsea. We've got Tilina backstage, about to bring him on as well. So let's dive into transfer news and the rumors around the Big Six. Good afternoon, bro. How are you?
Afternoon, doing good. Been a while. Lots of news. Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into it.
yeah, yeah. Rafael Varane finally announced by United. You must be excited.
Yes, finally, we're doing some big signings. Excited for the new season. I think
Hmm.
he would be a perfect partner for Harry Maguire.
Hmm.
And, going forward, I think we might have one of the best defenses around. We've got a strong English centre back as well as now we've got French centre back who have their places cemented in their own national teams, as well as
Hmm.
Varane coming as probably the number one centre back from Real Madrid since Ramos also left. What caught me by surprise was the fact that Real Madrid were willing to let him go even
Yeah,
after
they don't
Sergio
have
was
money
gone.
right now. That's the problem.
Yeah, I that was a surprise, isn't it? That the La Liga teams are struggling for cash.
Yeah, yeah, because all the tricks and the black money that they had before is not there anymore.
I think they
Oh,
were
they're just
relying
getting
heavily
what
on
they
the Super League.
deserve to. Yeah, that's the reason why they wanted the Super League. Because they don't have a way of cleaning that money in and getting it in
Hmm.
as well. So that's the problem that they're having right now. Look at Barcelona. Only signing players on a free, not
Yeah,
even spending anything on a transfer fee. And yes, certainly you're right. I mean, Rafael Varane is an excellent player. Nothing to take away from that. He's very good. I think he improves Manchester United uh, to start with as well. And just to put some context into it, you don't need another young defender. You need an experienced defender to uh, come and steady the ship and bring it forward as well. So I think the only thing that United need this season is a midfielder, and I believe this puts a lot of pressure on Oli,
yeah.
and Oli needs to perform this season. There is no ifs or buts. Doesn't matter whether you sign a midfielder or not. You have to perform this season.
I
There
think
is.
Judgment Day will most probably be December,
Mm,
where the board will evaluate where we are at, probably end
mhm,
of December, and make a call before the next transfer window. If
mhm.
we are bringing in a new manager, then to give that person some time as well to tinker with the squad. So most probably, I think all its time will be probably from now till December, where there'll be a strict evaluation. Based on that, I think a decision will be made. And I think speaking of recruitment, we're looking at Ruben Neves as well. That's also
Mm.
progressing pretty well.
That's a good midfielder to look at. Ruben Neves is. I think he'll be doing bits, but I believe United are still monitoring the situation with Paul Pogba, because at the end of the day, it's not he is irreplaceable in my opinion. Paul Pogba is easy. You cannot replace a player like him. You need at least a couple of players to replace him. United has also been in contact with Leon Goretzka, because
True.
he's not like signing another contract with Bayern. But if Paul Pogba leaves next season on a free, you're getting Goretzka in, and plus you do have Ruben Neves there. If you do have Ruben Neves there, I think that's I think you can be happy about.
Yeah, I
Pogba
think
leaving,
most
it's not
definitely.
a massive hit. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I only wish that the decision could be made this summer so that we can
Mm,
get some extra cash and maybe some
mm.
recruits as well. Um, so I would rather not wait till next year for Pogba. But then again, if you look at it, from a very neutral perspective, I think it's going to be a very flashy, eye-catching team with Pogba in it, without a doubt. I mean, if you look at
Yeah, that's
Sancho.
the thing that I'm trying to say. Like, if Pogba stays for another year, you're gonna get Paul Pogba, right? For
Yeah,
another year.
and he's going to enjoy
We
playing with these players as well.
Oh yes, 100%. And I believe Pogba signed for United at the wrong time. This should have been the time where Pogba should have come to United, to
Yeah.
showcase his skills and so on and so forth. And to be honest, if Pogba decides to leave on a free, I know this will never happen. I would love him at Chelsea. I would welcome him without any problem. But midfield is actually not much of a concern for us to be to be honest. But if he leaves on a free and you are getting Leon Goretzka, it's still fine in my opinion. It's not like you're losing Pogba and you're trying to sign Ben Me or something.
True.
There is levels to Goretzka. Goretzka might not be like Pogba's creativity type level, but he is an excellent midfielder. He is, I think, one of the best out there. And
Yeah.
that's the thing, isn't it? And that's what you need. And to be honest, this is very surprising to me from United, and I think they're doing a great job, and applause must be given to them as well for what they're doing. And it's impressive what they're doing. They're getting things done early, trying to get rid of some of the other players as well. It's very very good, in my opinion. Even Arsenal, to be honest, they can't go for the best players, but they're going for the next best thing. Even though they're trying to sign Madison and Lautaro Martinez, I don't believe both of them are not happening. I don't believe it would happen, but going for it means it's a good thing. They're trying.
Yeah, and especially the thing with Arsenal is you have to always be mindful of their spending, because I think they're going to fork out about 50 mil for Ben White, if I'm not
They
mistaken.
already did. They already
Yeah.
did.
So I think the fee is around that. So them going past 100 million is very unlikely for me. So maybe they
Oh
will have
no,
a couple
they
of
they
signings.
are
Yeah.
they are gonna be signing players close to about 200 million this season. Given that there is a couple of players they want to get rid of, given that if they go out,
Yeah.
they're gonna make it up to 200 this season. It's been reported because they need a lot of players to come in to the team. Uh, Surely the reason because they want to be up there. But yes, they are gonna be signing a lot of players because right now you look at it, they're almost at 100 million right now.
Yeah. That's
But
true. So I
but
don't think
to
that
be
with the transfer budget that they have given, that they will cross 100 million without letting players go.
oh no, no,
So
100%, they
yeah,
have to let Lacazette go first of all to sign a striker. They are trying to get Tammy Abraham, and now they are focusing on Lautaro Martinez. I just don't believe that's gonna happen. I believe Tammy is a more realistic of a thing happening. But still, whatever said and done, they need those wages freed up as well in order to get
mm,
anybody in. And but they have been doing some great business. This guy Nuno Tavares has been good. Lokonga is somebody for the future. Ben White is Premier League proven, and that's why they paid 50 million. And that's the thing, uh, you have to be happy. Right now you are not the best team out there, but you're still signing players, still attracting players, still a big name around the world as well. So
I heard
players do
that
want to come.
what's his name? Madison is
Mm,
preferring Arsenal. So I'm not
yes.
quite sure that that might be the ideal place for him. Of course, for Arsenal, it'll be a big win if
Oh
they
yeah,
do
yeah,
get
yeah.
him. But I'm not sure whether it'll be an even trade where Madison gets what he wants. Where
The thing is, Arsenal needs a proper number 10 as well. So Madison would be coming in, but they need to also understand Leicester would not let their players go for cheap. Madison is going to
True.
cost them a lot of money. But
That's true.
one thing, if they actually sign Madison, they're not going to sign Lautaro Martinez. If they sign Lautaro Martinez, they're not going to sign Madison. However, I think Madison is the more probable transfer than the Lautaro Martinez transfer.
But
That's
it
what I
also
think.
depends on who leaves Arsenal, right? I mean, if they lose their forward,
Mm.
in something like like I said, or even maybe Auba, who might
No, Uber is not going to leave because nobody can afford Uber. And that's the same problem with Lacazette. So, what they're trying to do with uh, Lautaro with Inter is to try to do a swap deal, but Inter is not willing to pay that salary to Lacazette. So if they want to sign a strike, whatever said and done, they need to sell a midfielder and a striker to buy these two
Mm,
players. Whatever said and done, but it is what it is. But they're doing good. They're doing good business, and they need to get another right back in as well. They need to get rid of Hector Bellerin
mm.
as well. There are so many things that they need to do right now, but they will get it done. It takes a bit of time, whatever said and done. It is a rebuild that is going on at Arsenal because Arsenal are not a well-run club.
Mm.
It's 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 actually not a very well-run club. But one thing I have to say, like credit where credit is due, I think Leicester City, even though Manchester United has done very, very good business, I would say Leicester City has done the best right now because they just signed Leon Bailey from Leverkusen as well on a very, very modest fee,
But
and they did
the thing
sign
is,
Patson Daka as well, a very highly desired striker,
and I get what you're saying, but you
and
have to look at
Aston
it
Villa
from
as well.
two
I mean,
different.
on par.
Yeah, you have to look at it in two different senses. When United or Chelsea goes into the negotiating table, right? It's not the same fee that they are getting quoted
Hmm.
versus a Leicester going there.
Hmm.
So
No, no,
I think
you are right. You're right. But the thing is, like right now we are in the hunt for a striker, right? Chelsea are
mm,
in the hunt for a striker. Like the reason why we didn't go for a player like Daka, for an example, is because we are going behind uh, an elite level striker, for an example. But at the end of the day, Leicester will still be up there on the top four with the other big boys. And even look at Aston Villa, the amount of business they're doing right now. It's incredible. I think it's Aston Villa who signed Leon Bailey, isn't it? I made a
yeah.
mistake. I made a mistake. It's Aston Villa who we should be crediting. Emi Buendia, Leon Bailey, and they got a decent thing. They are losing Jack Grealish to Manchester City for 100 million, but still, it
I mean,
looks impressive, man.
yeah, it does. And you know, speaking of the teams that are on the fringe of the top four, Tottenham, I think, might end up keeping Harry Kane after all, because
It
it looks like
depends.
City. Yeah, no, I mean it looks like City are going to move in for Jack Grealish, who
I
is
think
much
it's
more
almost
quoted.
done. I think it
Yeah,
takes another couple of days. It will be
yeah, it'll be done. So I
coming
don't
out.
know whether they'll have the funds to go for Harry Kane unless
Oh
they
yeah, the
sell.
thing is they are trying to sell off uh, Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez
Mhm.
right
So
now.
that's the thing. So I don't know whether they will go for Hurricane and Jack Grealish
The thing is
together.
they are run by a country, man, and there
I
is no
understand.
financial fair play. They don't
I
care
understand,
anymore.
but when you look at where Tottenham, are again at a new project level,
Hmm.
um, maybe Hurricane might stick around for another year. You
Maybe,
know,
maybe, and they might get Harry Kane maybe cheaper next year as well,
yeah,
or they might go for Erling Haaland.
you never know. I think
You
that's
never
also a
know.
possibility. That's also a
There is
possibility next year.
there
Um,
there is a possibility, but talking about Haaland, I believe he's gonna come. He's gonna go out of that club this season. There is too much talk around it to say no. I think it's gonna happen, but I think right now we are more focused in, like, we know exactly what we need to do, and I think we are just waiting until there are some certain things that needs to be done. Apparently they're in the lookout for another striker as well, and we have gotten a deadline to bid for Erling Haaland as well. And I believe we are bidding for him. And right now we are just sorting out some technicalities with Sevilla for the signing of Jules Kunde. And Jules Kunde will be announced within like another week or so. So he's coming into Chelsea, and we got our future centre back. No worries there. He's an
But
exceptional player.
I read some news that Zuma might be on the way out. That some clubs are
Oh yeah, yeah,
interested in him. So
yeah.
that might be a hit, for Chelsea, because I do believe Zuma has a fantastic future. He's a great centre back. So maybe his future doesn't lie with Chelsea, but then again, he'll be an absolute steal for any team in the Premier League. To
Yeah,
have him
and
with
this
that
is the problem
experience.
that I have, right? One of the teams who are coming in for Zuma is West Ham, right? They're asking 100 million for Declan Rice, who has done absolutely nothing, won absolutely nothing, and they are saying 20 million for Zuma is too much. Zuma fucking won the Champions League 2 months ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, speaking of that, uh, Rafael Varane for 35 million,
Oh, I mean,
four
the
Champions
thing
Leagues
is,
right there, and
exactly,
a World Cup.
but the thing is, Rafael Varane wanted to leave Real Madrid. He said that
Yeah,
he wanted to leave, rejected everything, and he was on his last year because he said, if you're not gonna let me go, I am more than happy to wait out my contract and move out for free next season. Right?
yeah, absolutely.
So
No, that
whatever they were gonna get, they were gonna accept because Rafael
that's the
Varane
thing.
was like, "No, I want to join Manchester United. No problem, no worries at all." And this is where I find so frustrating with West Ham.
By the way, how old is Zuma? He must be about
Zuma is about
26.
25, 26.
Oh,
He's still young. He's very good aerially. He's very strong as a defender. He's excellent. And the problem is for me, like Declan Rice doesn't want to be at West Ham. He wants to
yeah,
come to Chelsea. Everybody knows this. We are willing to buy him. That's fine. You want us to pay 100 million for Declan Rice? I don't think so. If if they're telling us to buy Declan Rice at 100 million, I would much rather Chelsea go and bid for Saul Niguez and buy him for 50 million for sure. I wouldn't complain at all, and I think Saul Niguez is a much better player than Declan Rice as well.
yeah. I think it's a problem with the Premier League where they overvalue British players for some
Exactly
reason.
right, bro. What
It's
has Declan Rice done? What has
Yeah,
he done?
that's true. I
You
mean,
know, if
if
he's
you're
such a
talking
great
about
player,
Sterling,
what has he done?
if you're talking about Sterling, then I would understand. If you're talking
Oh yeah,
about,
yeah, hundred
you know,
percent, 100%. What
or
has he
maybe
done?
even John Stones. John
Oh
Stones
yeah,
would be easily a 75 million centre back.
yeah. Because of what he has won and what he did last
Yeah,
season, he was pivotal for City last season. What has Declan Rice done? What has he won? He has won nothing. You can't value
that's
him at 100 million. I would say 60 million. That's okay. I am okay with
yeah.
60 million. I can make my mind up with 60
I
million.
think that's a fair value.
That's a
And
fair
if
value,
they are
isn't it?
being stubborn about it, then of course you could throw
Oh,
in
just let
Zuma
it
in
go,
there.
man.
But
Oh yeah.
no, I mean,
Just
for a swap deal with cash or something like that, it
oh
can be
yeah.
done. But the thing is, the transfer fee is way too much for 100 million
Oh
for
yeah,
Declan Rice.
100%,
And
man.
if yeah, and
And the thing
you know,
and the thing is, like, the with Sevilla we have no problem. Like, we have agreed with them. We gave them three options, right? One is cash plus Emerson, cash plus Zuma, and then cash. So they rejected cash plus Emerson. They like cash plus Zuma, because then they're getting less than 40 or 50 million to the club, so that then they don't have to pay 30% of it to Kunde's parent club, and that's the terms of it. So they prefer to get Zuma and in, so they are covering their bases with Zuma coming in, and they get the cash. But if none of it works, we still have they have also agreed for a pure cash deal as well. So this is happening no matter what. It's just a matter of technicalities and
Yeah.
stupid West Ham trying to play stupid games. Even Tammy Abraham, they were like saying 40 million is too much for Tammy Abraham. What? Tammy Abraham was the highest goal scoring forward in Chelsea last season, right? And he was the highest goal scoring forward at Chelsea the season before. Where did West Ham finish the season before? I don't think we can even. You have to scroll down to see where they finished the season before, right?
Yeah,
And where did Chelsea finish
absolutely.
the season last season? We finished third or fourth with a Champions League. And Tammy Abraham has one of those Champions Leagues.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
what I mean. You know what I mean? So 40 million. I mean, if they're saying 40 million is too much, just come and bid 35. I mean, I would take 35 for Tammy. I don't mind that as well. And that's it. You know what I mean? Is why are they
And
being
I
so
think
cheap?
this is gonna really hurt the British players, because what's gonna happen
Oh
is
yeah.
big clubs are not going to come in from them. They're gonna be
Mm,
stuck at the bottom clubs, and then when they get relegated or things like that. Because here's the thing, right? Aston Villa is a great team. West Ham is a great team, but for how long? Those teams have their
mm.
dips. They have their ups.
Oh
They have
yeah.
their
And
dips.
and and
So,
that's the problem, isn't it,
and
bro?
Leicester is the
Big.
exception. Yeah, they
Yeah, and that's
went
the
up.
thing, isn't it? Like these players, like Tammy, whatever said and done, they are involved in the season with Chelsea, whatnot. They play and they get, they miss some games off and that stuff. And whatever Chelsea wins, they win together because they do play in some of those games and score goals, and it contributes towards the team. And they end up having the medal if Chelsea wins something, which would eventually mean their values automatically are being raised because they
Yeah,
have, let's say Tammy stays this season, right? And plays 15 games for Chelsea as a sub, right? Scores 8, 9 goals, right? And Chelsea ends up winning the Premier League. You think Tammy would go for 40 million next season?
absolutely,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? He
Yeah, yeah,
wouldn't go
I
for
get.
40 million. I mean, we're dealing with hypotheticals here, but still, it's, and knowing Chelsea as a club, we might do it. It's just how Chelsea is. They are just built to
Yeah,
win things. We don't care whether Tammy wants to stay in the bench. Let him stay in the bench. We don't care. You know. But he still
yeah,
picks up that Premier League medal at the end of the season. If we don't care whether Haaland comes in tomorrow, Tammy is not going to play if Haaland comes in tomorrow. He's certainly not starting ahead of Werner. And that's what it is, man. It's it's
but then
fine.
you have to look at it from Aston Villa's point of view. Okay, he might not start for Chelsea, and you might be valuing him at 35 or 40 million. But then,
Hmm?
is he going to start for Aston Villa? Absolutely, he has to
100%.
start compared to. So
100%.
I think
He
you
will
have to.
start. He will start for West Ham as well, because those are the two clubs that are linked with him:
Yeah,
West Ham and Aston Villa.
Aston
I
Villa.
think if Jack Grealish goes, I think he will end up at Aston Villa because Aston Villa will have the money to pay for him. I think they cannot bargain with us if they have 100 million with them.
Yeah,
There is no way. And even he starts for West Ham. No, to be honest, I think he starts for Arsenal as well, who Arsenal is also interested in him,
hmm,
because he starts for Arsenal, no doubt.
easily.
He scored more than Lacazette. He scored more than Aubameyang. That's a fact.
Yeah,
you
easily.
know
And I think when we look at these small teams, they somehow try to get as much as they can for their players. Player who is performing well. And one of those stories, for example,
Mhm.
is Andy Carroll, right?
Oh yeah.
From, again, I think Newcastle to Liverpool, or was it West Ham to Liverpool? I
No, no, no.
cannot remember.
Newcastle to Liverpool.
Newcastle Liverpool, 50 million, right? 50
Yeah,
million.
50
Andy Carroll,
million about in 2012 or something,
yeah,
isn't it?
way back, and
Yeah.
50
And
million
the
for Andy
season
Carroll,
later, and
and
the season
yeah,
later, Luis
it was
Suarez was
horrible.
bid at 40 million plus £1 or something. You
So
remember
Andy
that?
Carroll was an absolute failure at Liverpool,
Mm.
right? For 50 million, anyone who looked at Andy Carroll can say, okay, he's performing well for Newcastle. That's because they are playing a different way, and they are, whole
Bro,
person and
people just keep on attacking teams like Newcastle, and you got loads of space at the back. And what Newcastle does is play long ball, which helps
exactly,
Andy Carroll's game. You're not going to play that way with the Liverpool because Liverpool plays more attacking because teams don't want to attack like Liverpool, you know,
exactly,
and
and
the
I
teams
would,
just play low block.
yeah, exactly, and I would say that, if you look at Newcastle and if you watch only the Newcastle games, then you watch Andy Carroll and say, okay, this guy is easily a 50 million striker at the
Oh yeah,
time.
hundred
At the
percent.
time, 50 million was big. So, but if you were to look at, the in the context of the entire league, right? Of course, he wasn't worth more than 20, maybe 25.
No, 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 100%.
Yeah.
And
So
and this is why I say Tammy is worth the money because he's playing at a team like Chelsea who does not sit back, where all the other teams who come to Chelsea or we go there who sits back, and Tammy scores because at a team like West Ham or at a team like Arsenal or Aston Villa, they're gonna have loads of space for Tammy to exploit,
yeah,
and Tammy's gonna do well.
absolutely.
He's pretty good. He's not a bad striker. The thing is, he's not the striker Chelsea needs right now.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
he's not the striker we need right now. We need a serial killer. You know, that's just what it is. We need to win.
absolutely.
We like it's our goal, and everybody's just saying, Chelsea fans are like, oh, we are not signing anybody. This is what it is. This is what it is. We already have an amazing squad right
The
now. Man.
Champions League winning squad.
Exactly. We have nothing to worry about. With Jules Kunde coming in, that's just gonna strengthen the squad even more. You know, we have
Yeah,
two players for every position except striker. Are you gonna tell me, bro? We sell Olivier Giroud and Tammy. We are gonna start the season with only Timo Werner. We are not that stupid, as a club.
let's
Chelsea
hope not.
are not
Let's hope, because
idiots.
it has happened to us. I mean, we are not the best run club, but then it has happened to us where we expect something till,
Hmm.
the end of the transfer window, and nothing absolutely happens
Oh no,
at
no.
all.
The thing is, bro, Chelsea might not sign the Haaland or Haalands of this world right now. For 150 million, which is absurd. I think they should accept, to be honest. But we will sign a superstar for that position. Be it Haaland, be it Lukaku, be it Lewandowski, whatever it is. Because apparently Inter wants to let go of Lautaro Martinez. Maybe we reject everything and just go and buy Lautaro Martinez because he is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Lautaro Martinez is. You never know what happens, but we are definitely gonna sign somebody, and that's a fact.
Hmm. I think, we are almost at the end of the transfer window as well. When is the deadline? Is it
A couple of
a
weeks more, bro. 3 weeks
couple of
more.
weeks? All right. I think the season is starting on the uh,
In 2 weeks time.
14th August.
Yeah.
14th August, the season is starting. So these 2 weeks are going to,
Be
go
crucial.
by, yeah, go by soon and be crucial for all the clubs. Let's see
Hmm.
what news we will have when we catch up again.
Next week is gonna be epic, I would say. Something something is gonna happen next week, and I'll be
Definitely.
watching the Chelsea game tonight against Arsenal, the second preseason game as well. uh, just want to see how the boys are doing as well. So most of the first teamers are back, and
Mm.
uh, and that's the thing. I'm sorry folks, we are gonna have like a short stream today. uh, being back after a week, been a bit of a busy week for me as well, but business is going to resume next week as usual it was, and getting ready for the upcoming season, and we are getting ready to do some watch alongs and so on and so forth as well. Getting some uh, animations already sorted out for that, uh, and then I hope to see you guys at our watch alongs for the season. And in saying that, thank you, bro, for coming on and having your say. And it's always great to do this, and I hope we can do this next Saturday
Definitely.
as well. And as I said, like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And thank you for all your support, guys, on Facebook. We are almost at 1,000 followers, which is incredible to see. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you and good night.
All right. See you guys again next week.